Wars Battlefront is one of the best Star Wars game series. They got huge battles in the Star Wars universe to make you feel like you're really in these epic Star Wars battles. With the announcement of the Battlefront Classic Collection, I figured this would be the perfect time to rank all the Battlefront games to see which ones are the best and which ones are the worst. And we won't be ranking mobile Squadrons, as I have never played or even heard of that game until this video. Without further ado, guys, let's get right into the video. The bottom of the list, coming in at number 8, surprising absolutely nobody, would be Battlefront 2015 EA. This game has pretty graphics and amazing sound, but the lack of content and any real deep gameplay, plus only being a galactic Civil War, makes it almost completely forgotten. Honestly, who even plays this game nowadays? This game was $80 when it came out, and it was just a waste of money. Waste of time, waste of money. And this game's almost 10 years old. 10 years old. How is this game almost 10 years old? It does not look 10 years old. Coming in at number 7 will be Elite Squadrons for the Nintendo DS. It's a fine game for what it is, but let's be real here. This game does not feel like a Star Wars Battlefront game. This game feels more like a third-person shooter game, or just a shooter game in general, for the Nintendo DS. It doesn't really feel like anything too special. To be honest, it's pretty forgettable, and you honestly forget that it even came out on the DS, because the PSP version is so much better than this version. And just, yeah, it's a fine game for what it is, like I said, but it doesn't really have anything that makes you want to go back to it, right? I mean, it's better than Battlefront 2015. It's one thing it's got. Number 6 on the list is Battlefront 2 EA 2017 game. I'm really hating on the EA games, I know. It's but like they deserve it, because 1, it's EA. 2, this game generally does deserve it, though. It's not that good of a game. Like, if it was the version that came out on launch, it would probably be right at the bottom. It'd either be at the bottom or next to Battlefront 2015 tied. But like, yeah, I mean, they did make some improvements over it. Like, it does actually have a campaign, but it might as well not have had a campaign, because the campaign in this game sucks. And the gameplay and content was okay that they added over time and all that, but like, it still wasn't anywhere close as good as the classic Battlefront, and it just doesn't really make it worth playing, to be honest. I mean, if you enjoy it, that's fine and all that, but like, yeah, I don't know. It's honestly, it's very forgettable, just like 2015 is. It's not much of an improvement over that game. You think it would have been a bigger improvement, and it is, don't get me wrong, but it could have been better. Number 5 on the list would be Renegade Squadron for the PSP. Renegade Squadron. The only Battlefront game we had after Battlefront 2, as Battlefront 3 got cancelled, and there was no other Battlefront games coming out, of course. Before Elite Squadron, of course. But I like this game, but it is lacking a lot compared to the console versions, and not being able to pick a class is really silly. I don't understand what they were thinking with that. And like, yeah, it's cool you can create your own class, but honestly, you should be able to create your own class and pick your own class. But anyway, whatever. But yeah, it's pretty cool that they can do that. And it's a disappointing game overall. The campaign's forgettable and all that, and most of the instant action is just kind of whatever, right? It's a fun game, has some original maps. The original maps aren't really great, though. And yeah, I don't know. Fine game. I mean, it's better than the EA games. It's got that as well, right? Number 4 would actually be Star Wars Battlefront 2 for the PSP. It's just a dumbed-down version of Star Wars Battlefront 2 from the consoles and PC, but it is lacking in a couple things. For one, the controls are garbage, right? Because you're only playing with one analog stick, the classic PSP special. I do not understand what they did with the PSP anyways. As well as the player count is also limited on the maps, right? So that's kind of lame. But you can add capital ships in space battles. Career stats don't track, and some of the maps are smaller, and some of them are also missing on this version. It's still a great port, though, in all honesty, and it's a great port of a great game. Number 3 is Star Wars Battlefront Elite Squadron. This game should have been the best Star Wars Battlefront game, as it was Star Wars Battlefront 3 originally on PSP, as Battlefront 2 was on PSP, but unfortunately that was cancelled, so they just renamed this game into Elite Squadron. Still a great game, though. And it's actually the only Star Wars Battlefront game to have ground-to-space combat, and that's insane. That's on the PSP. Even like the newer ones, 2015, 2017 games on the next-gen consoles and all that didn't have ground-to-space battles. Like, what the hell? And the customization for Renegade Squadron returns, and it's just a really fun game. Really enjoy it. Awesome game. Huge improvement over Renegade Squadron, man. Number 2 on the list would be Star Wars Battlefront 2004, the original Star Wars Battlefront, the one that started all. This game is amazing. What is there to say about this game that has not been said already? The graphics are still great to this day. The combat is amazing. Having all these different players and AI and troopers just on the field at once is so cool for the time. It still is cool to this day. Having the awesome vehicles and ships, be able to do the kamikaze runs with the ships because you can jump out of them, and the instant action mode, like you do whatever you feel like doing, and having the AIs to always fill up the battlefield so that way they're always full. And it's just such a fun game, man. It's just fun. That's what I think about when I think about Star Wars Battlefront 1. It's just fun. One of the most fun games ever made. The maps in this game that are original to this game, fantastic. Don't know why they took majority of them out. Let's be honest here. These maps are great. They still hold up really well to this day. The campaign mode is a bit lacking. and the Galactic Conquest mode can be a bit of a joke, but overall, just a great game. I absolutely love it. And at number 1 will be Star Wars Battlefront 2. Surprising literally nobody, this is the best Star Wars Battlefront game, one of the best Star Wars games, maybe even the best Star Wars game. This game is awesome. I love the improvement over the original game. Having the heroes be playable, oh my god, I remember when that was a thing, we all shit our pants, man. That was just, oh, it's so cool. The space battles too, being able to invade the capital ships, the fact that you can do that in 2005, it's insane to think about. The campaign mode in this game is great too, not to mention that the Galactic Conquest, it was massively improved over the original game. Is night and day Galactic Conquest between this game and the first game. The space battles are awesome, as I said before. The instant action mode, having more than just conquest, being able to have the hero assault and like the capture the flag and one of the other game modes and all the new maps and the graphics actually got an improvement. Being able to have the sprinting as well, and then the two unlock, and then having an additional class on top of the one unique class for each faction. Right? It's just such a good game. Like I don't know how they did this game in 1 year. It's just phenomenal, man. It's absolutely insane when you think about it. Where nowadays games take like an eternity to do. That's a different story. This game is just fantastic. Absolutely love it. One of the greatest games ever made. Probably the best Star Wars game ever made. I'm gonna say it. And yeah, number one on the list there, guys. Let me know what you thought of it down below. And I never really realized how much untapped potential that Star Wars Battlefront has. It's really a shame we never got the original Battlefront 3, and it doesn't even look like EA is gonna make a Star Wars Battlefront 3 apparently. So like that kind of sucks. But what are you gonna do, I suppose. But anyways, guys, let me know what you thought of it down below. Maybe one day we'll get a Battlefront 3. Let me know if you're hyped for the Battlefront Classic Collection. And guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bread, signing out.